Robert spinning tails, cornbread's got the flair. Miss Elizabeth, the mama with wisdom to share. With a laugh and a grin, we're lighting up the air. Southern hearts and humor, we're a rowdy trio pair. God's our guide, family's our pride. Tune in to Mama Said, come along for the ride. Mama said, keep it real, keep it true. Love your neighbor like the good book tells you to. From the back roads to the front porch swing, we're serving up laughter, making your heart sing. Got family and a whole lot of fun. Mama said, you know we're number one. Cornbread's got a story about a fishing hole. Robert's cracking jokes that'll save your soul. Miss Elizabeth's got the sass, she's the queen of the show. With her southern wisdom, she's stealing the glow. We're talking life, love, and sweet iced tea. Respecting all folks, that's how it's gotta be. From the red clay hills to the Georgia pines, Mama said brings the good old times. Mama said, keep it real, keep it true. Love your neighbor like the good book tells you to. From the back roads to the front porch swing, we're serving up laughter, making your heart sing. Got family and a whole lot of fun. Mama said, you know we're number one. You never know what's coming, it's a wild, wild show. Might be preaching grace or dancing with a banjo. We're keeping it clean, keeping it light, praising the Lord and laughing all night. Mama said, keep it real, keep it true. Love your neighbor like the good book tells you to. From the back road to
Are we
the
back on
front
today?
porch swing, we're
1 second.
serving up laughter, making your heart sing. Got family and a whole lot of fun. Mama said, you know we're number one. So grab your sweet tea.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I was trying to correct a couple of mistakes that the streams were having, so I was letting the song play out. Just put us on screen in
Oh.
case I didn't make it back in time. You would be there. I think everything is fixed. It's just one of those nights where one of them was a setting that I missed, and the other one, Facebook was trying to give me a hard time. But it looks as though it's all up and running. All the little doggies in a row. Everything is good. Good evening, Miss Jenneth. How is Jen tonight? Well, I spoke too soon.
I see that.
One of the Facebooks is fine, one is not. I don't know why. We're going to, we're just going to let it ride for a minute. I may switch it over to another one so we have a live stream up. We have one, we have the podcast one, but she says she's fine. She
Good
says
deal.
she's fine. Her and the cats happy. A happy Monday for her and the cats. Barry out there lurking around on Rumble. Good evening, Barry.
Hey,
And we
dear.
have Instagram persons coming in. Thank you to Instagram. Happy Monday. Happy Mama Said. Miss Elizabeth, how are you?
Well, you know, it's been a hard few days for me. It's just been
I
hard
understand.
for me for
A lot
today.
going on. Good evening,
Yeah.
Miss Leah. How are you tonight? Coming in. By the way, this is most amazing. We finally got YouTube back. But see, the social media god
Oh,
said we're giving you YouTube back after we struck you for something we shouldn't have struck you for. That just happened tonight. This morning it would not stream to YouTube. So they lifted the strike this afternoon at some point. I've been sending it out to mine. But now Facebook on my Facebook is acting up, and I don't know why. It's never gave a problem. It's just, but Facebook's had some problems. Hey, we're doing great too. A little tired. Been a hard week. Last week, a lot of things going on, but a lot of good things too. And if you saw our Facebook today, I kind of jumped the announcement just a little bit because I had time and I wanted to put it out there. We just got accepted by the Hodge twins to be an affiliate with them. That was something I started working on over the weekend. Yeah, and I wasn't expecting it. Like I was like, I've done affiliates before and never heard anything back. I never even say anything about them because we just never do. But we were accepted today. We got the acceptance email. And so on Facebook, on my page, I don't think it's on I'm going to start issuing it all out tomorrow on all the other pages later tonight. But there is a Hodge twins. If you know anything about the Hodge twins, they're cool dudes.
I love them.
They are awesome. Patriots of galore.
Mm-hmm.
Love those guys. And I couldn't believe it. I fell over backwards that the Southern Fried got accepted to be an affiliate with them. So that link that you use, if you buy anything, we get a little bit of credit off that. So which is very reasonable, by the way. I mean, it's like 10% of the total sale or something. It's crazy. It's like wow. I can't believe it happened. But yeah, doing great, Miss Leah. Doing fine. Paul Putnam, a good evening to you. And he says good evening, Miss Elizabeth as well.
Good evening, Paul. How are you?
Paul is awesome. He's been helping me. He's just like a partner, helping do these videos. We're doing the man on the street videos and interviewing shopkeepers and stuff, and doing some things around town. Various, like this past week we did the wedding chapel where Dolly got married at, and we kind of did the depot, but they're redoing the depot. But we got a nice shot looking through the center of town, interviewed a shopkeeper, talked about a ministry he had over there. Paul's doing amazing stuff. I've worked with Paul a long time ago, and it's great to have him back. And we're planning on, if we can get the Wi-Fi, we're planning on going live this Saturday morning for a bit for kind of a new show. We've got this working title, Southern Fried Saturday AM is what we're calling it. It's really just going to be, it's different than anything we're doing. It's going to be us on the street, and you're going to hear background sounds, cars, motorcycles, but we're hoping you'll hear us talking about whatever. And then you'll hear about maybe we're hoping to interview people on the street. So it was Paul's idea. I was like, that's a great idea. He's like, we're sitting there talking, and he goes, we really should capture some of this. I said, well, yeah, we should. So he came up with the idea, and we're hoping. I think we can work out the Wi-Fi, that it'll work enough that we can do that. So it may be choppy, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, Paul, it's going to be awesome. I know it. He's crazy. Look at him there, that nice shot of giving his wife a kiss. You got to like a guy that puts that kind of stuff out. He's got an amazing wife. He married up. I'm going to tell you, I love Paul to death, but he married up, and he knows it. He's a great guy, but he married up. It's like God just looked at Paul and said, I'm going to bless you, and I'm going to give you a triple, super, duper, double blessing that will knock your socks off. And he got married. So,
well, hey,
Miss Jody is awesome. Barry says, does YouTube, Facebook have a human being? Well, it's bots. They didn't like our comments that one night about the coffee thing, and they decided to. That's the second strike in I think the first one was a good year ago. It might not be quite that long. So I was afraid they struck us for 2 weeks, but I think if you go past 90 days, you're okay. And it counts as a 1 again. So I think we're okay. I mean, there is a point you can lose your show with them. You can't broadcast there anymore under that name. And we have over 1,000 videos on YouTube, way over 1,000. Rumble and YouTube house all of our stuff. I think there's a video here and there that got missed, different reasons, but I think it's like 1,400 videos or something. It's crazy.
Wow.
And I could not, I was like, I don't want to lose all that. I mean, it's tempting to go, to heck with them, but YouTube has such potential. And honestly, we're not that controversial most of the time. You would think. Family friendly. Maybe family friendly is what gets them.
Well, I might be controversial tonight because I got something that I want to talk about.
All right, we'll get to it, and we do have a topic. Paul says he married way outside of my
Punk coverage. That's hilarious.
Most definitely blessed me. I know he did. Paul's a good guy. He's a blessing too. He really is. Me and Paul have known each other, I guess, about almost as long as me and Rob's known each other. And when you get old like me, I mean, you said about everybody. Well, I've known them for a long time. They keep advertising devices for portable Wi-Fi, of course. If you're a cell phone, you might be able. Well, I looked at it already, Barry. I may get something like that. My phone, I was keeping a full-time. I'm not doing it from my phone, actually. It's not going to be from my phone. It'll actually probably be my laptop. We got a little table. We'll set up there. We're going to do it. We're going to do it better than nothing wrong with the phone. Nothing wrong with the phone. But I can do a little more stuff with the laptop. But we got to have Wi-Fi. So we'll see. Well, yeah. You say something they don't like and you're out.
Yes.
Oh, what did I miss up here? I missed Jennifer. It was such a blessing today to get that email. I just about fell out of my chair. I was like, I can't believe it. It's like they said, you're in. I thought it was a joke. So I went there and looked, and sure enough, we got our own landing page and got all the stuff. And I didn't even have time. I even had time to get the QR codes and stuff for all the different stuff. But it is out on Facebook, and that is cool as crap that we got.
I'm excited.
I'm a customer already. Yeah, over 25 years. I'm a customer already of Hodge Twins. I've bought mugs for them, hats. In fact, in the studio here somewhere is my 1776 hat. That came from their store. So they are huge and popular, and I'm stoked. It's like God just keeps shining on the Southern front, and I'm thankful for that. We always, hey, Miss Cindy, thank you for the like. But, I was like, the Hodge Twins, I'm like, I can't even believe it. I worked on another one, but we're kind of sort of accepted, but no announcement yet because there's a couple of catches to it, and I don't know if we can actually do that. So I worked on two, and the one I didn't plan on at all. And but I think it'd be big with gamers, but I don't know. We'll see. But the Hodge Twins is definitely huge news for us, and we'll see where it goes. But that is a name. That's a name brand. By the way, over the weekend, Killer Carl, he is now an affiliate with MyPillow. I mean, he's gotten that big now. Dale and him are like, I don't know if they're on a first name basis, but Killer Carl show is now has a promo code for MyPillow. Well, he's getting up there. Well, Barry, we're just it's not bad traffic except when motorcycles come through. I have a USB microphone. That's what I'm talking on right now. That's absolutely what I'm using right now. It's a plug and play. I didn't want to deal with all these setups and stuff. I like something that's pretty straightforward. You have to really dial those things in, or you can really mess your sound up, and I don't need it. So I do USB. I paid about $40, 55, $60 for this mic. Maybe less than that, and it's been a great mic. It really has worked well. I've burned up a couple of mics, though. I'm going to tell you, we broadcast so much. You go through a lot of stuff, cords. And then one day the monitors are failing us. Hopefully that's years down the road. We'll have to replace the monitors. That's why there's a cost. I mean, things you burn it up. It's like a car. Eventually, you got to get a new one or another one. So, yeah, Mama said tonight, Rob is not going to be here tonight. He's tired. He's been in Albany, doing some seeing his doctors and stuff, and he's wore out. So if he was to pop in, he pops in, but I don't look for it. We'll catch him again in the middle of the week. So just give that announcement out. He said you can definitely pray for him. He'll accept all prayers, and I will too. And I'm sure Miss Elizabeth will too.
Yes.
And I know that Miss Elizabeth needs some prayer because she's had a tough week. So definitely pray for her. I hope everybody's had a great Monday. It's been a wild weekend with the stuff going on in the country. I had a good time at church. It was a good day.
Had a great
Uh,
blessing at church Sunday.
Amen. I like
Great
that
blessing.
stuff. Y'all continue to pray for Jerry Barrett. He's still at Emory Hospital, and he's having to go through some treatments to try to keep his body from rejecting that organ and keep him kicking and everything. So he's really been going through it. Y'all pray for him. John, in the shop that we visited, and I wish I'd got that card up. It's still in the car. The ministry that we did a video for, Paul and I, Thy Kingdom Come Inc. is a ministry that they have where everything you buy on this one shelf his wife makes. Yeah, see you, Paul. Take care,
Hi,
buddy.
Paul.
Everything goes 100%. All the profits go to a 501c ministry called Thy Kingdom Come Inc. He gave me a card. I got to get it pictured and get it up on the screen, and we'll get the contact info. But what they do is, if someone needs help getting a gravestone or even help burying someone who's 2 years old and younger, that's their ministry, and that is awesome. It's really touching. There are people who, I mean, it happens. Kids sometimes sadly pass away young, and they're not thinking about it.
We can attest to that this week.
Amen. And you're not expecting it, so the cost is just hit you right in the face, and with everything else going on. So he was very moved that we wanted to cover that, and bless Paul, he made a donation right on the spot, and it was just a moment, and I look forward to helping him. They're good people, and I was so glad that he opened up his shop a little early. I was fixing to get out of town, and I actually was talking to his brother, and his brother said, "You need to talk to my brother. He runs the shop, but you pray for the brother. He needs the Lord." So that's what his brother told me. I'm okay to say that. Jen said, "I went to my old church. It's now a Korean church. They have English service, then Korean. It was good, kind of like a Methodist service. Awesome. Yes, Barry, but I won't be. It's going to be early in the morning, and the sun is not going to be on us. So, but you're right. But we won't be there in the bright of the day. We're there early. This thing kicks off at 8 a.m. So 8:15, somewhere in there, we'll go live, and we'll run for, I don't know, an hour, 30 minutes, an hour, 45 minutes, because we still have to cut our videos. So, but it'll be fun. But you're right. I like Barry. He thinks ahead. Barry's a planner.
He is. I have to ask, is Michael on here? Michael, are you on here tonight?
Yeah,
if you're on here, I need you to say something. I need you to let us know. Dave, I'm not gonna mention the funeral home. But I do want to say, please, everybody, please keep my sister, my oldest sister. Her name is Jean, and my brother-in-law's Randy. Last name's Williams, and their son LeBron Williams. Keep them in your prayers, y'all. He lost his fiance and their 2-year-old daughter.
That's horrible. I saw the images and stuff and people talking about it, and it's just horrible.
It is horrible. But I do have to. My sister went to the funeral home today to make arrangements.
Yeah.
For their granddaughter, because Natalie's family wants her back in Kentucky.
Yeah.
And that's understandable. But the funeral home is taking care of everything.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Taking care of everything. They don't have to worry about nothing.
They're for all the, sometimes people are very hard on businesses and stuff, but there's some good things that happen out there, and there's good people, and it really, with all that you got going on with something like that, last thing you want to worry about is money.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, yeah, it is a business, but at the same time, it's a ministry, and it's a relationship with the community. Because there's one thing about it, you're gonna keep coming back, Sally, because
Mm-hmm.
we're humans, and humans pass on eventually.
Well, and they took care of my mother, they took care of my brother, they took care of my sister-in-law, and we've known them forever.
Yeah,
Being the people that run the funeral home. I don't want to say the funeral home because I don't want people to think that, oh, we can go there and we can get a free funeral.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
They've never given us a free funeral. We've always paid for everything. But if people understood the circumstances, they would understand.
yeah, yeah. I've we we were down at my aunt. My aunt passed away. We was down at the funeral home, and my family has used one particular one
Hmm.
mostly. And we were down there, and my brother's little girl or little boy, excuse me, little boy. He had both of them there. Uh, was running around playing, and he hit one of those. It was kind of like they had stuff stored in the room that was adjacent to where we were sitting, but they had the lights down. But kids, they like to go in there and sit and play on their phones. So the teenagers were kind of sitting there where the boy was running around, and he hit one of those lamps that has the bowl on it at the top.
Hmm.
They're kind of top heavy. He hit that thing and it crashed. It sounded like a chandelier came down out of the top of
Oh
a small
no.
ballroom. I just flexed up like, oh my gosh, I hope everybody's okay. People went running. Here comes my brother out. They're all like that look on your face when you're like, oh man, like it's my kid. When that happens, you're thinking, surely not. Surely I
How
was,
much is that gonna cost me?
yeah, exactly. For everybody's looking, and they send a guy in there to clean it up. It sounded like he stacked a glass like ice chips or something forever. But he swept and picked up and swept, and then he vacuumed. It took him a while. So I saw him in there talking to the staff, the owners and
Hmm.
stuff, and he knows the owners. And he he come and told us later he went in there to work out some kind of find out how much it costs first, work out some kind
Hmm.
of agreement that he can afford. Like everybody, he makes only so much money. And the guy said, "Don't worry about it." He said, "It's happened before. It probably happen again. It'll be okay." It's like I couldn't believe it. He said, "I felt so bad."
Well, that's when in a funeral home, you're gonna have little ones,
Yeah,
that run around because they get bored. Why would you have something like that sitting around?
I thought they should have probably secured it out of anywhere right there, or close the doors. If you close the doors to those rooms, but it was a lot of people there. My family always brings out a lot of people, so
Yeah.
the room they give you, it ain't going to cut it.
Mm-mm.
It's a small funeral home, so you have to have at least one overflow room. You really need two.
Mm.
I mean, those overflow rooms would be another. If there was another funeral going on, I don't know how we could have handled it because we always bring a lot of people out at our
Yeah.
funeral. It's a big family, so I mean the kitchen. It's a small place, so a lot of people actually
Yeah.
stand around outside. You know,
Yeah.
I went in the room once and there was nowhere to sit, so I just went over to the side room. I don't like crowds anyway, so I feel like I'm suffocating when I get around a crowd. So
Yeah.
I just went to this other room and I was sitting just outside there, talking to the family and everything. And oh my gosh, I've never seen that, but he said it's happened before, but I bet it has.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
But
Mm-mm.
I'll tell you what I did see one time. I'm not going to name the people. I don't want to. A lot of my family watches, and I wouldn't want to think I was being crass or anything. But I was at a funeral once, and people, the caskets sit on things on rollers, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
and they're not attached. They just sit there.
Yes.
And somebody came up and was mourning at a funeral I was at really hard and hit the casket so hard they almost knocked it back off of it. Like if the wall was there, thank goodness it hit the wall, but it kind of tilted up. And me and my dad were standing there when it happened. And we just kind of grabbed it. And the funeral home guy was like, oh. Like, I mean, it was like, can you imagine what that would be? What people would have thought if that had hit I mean, that would be bad. Bad. But I was thinking at that moment, maybe they should attach it somehow or something, you know?
Yes. Well, I've already told my daughter what I want. You know, I've got it in writing and everything. A lot of people, I don't know how we're going to have to change the subject, but you know, when we have you have the viewing and then you have the service, and my mother and them always at any funerals, they always had the viewing, then the service, and at the end of the service, they would allow people to come back around. And I've already said I don't want that. I just want viewing, have the service, take me on to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Whatever. Or if you want to cremate me, I'll be gone to the good Lord by then. I don't care. But when my mama passed away, I am vertically challenged. Okay, I'm only 5'2". So here I am. I was going to lean over and give my mama one last kiss goodbye. I needed a step stool.
Oh,
I really did. Because, they have them sitting up on that thing and it's a little high.
It is, yeah.
And I about couldn't reach.
Lord.
I really couldn't. I about couldn't reach. I really, I felt like I needed a step stool.
Oh, Lord.
And I started just to say, can y'all get me something to stand on?
We got like a little ladder, step stool.
I know.
Get the maintenance closet. There's got to be something here that can help us out.
A chair or something. But I didn't.
A couple of people lift me up,
I held my decorum and I just tippy-toed. And gave my mama that little last kiss. Love her.
Amen. What's your vent before we go to topic? What is your vent?
It's not a vent. It's not a vent.
It's not a vent. Oh, controversy.
It's not a vent. So
controversy.
I have been asking quite a few people. Like I asked some people at church. I asked because I've been visiting a church.
Yeah.
Because I've been trying to find. I've been wanting to look for one. And so I've already visited one. This is my second one. I'm trying to find one that I really like. And I've been asking family members and so this is my question out to the Southern Fried. Have y'all been hearing about the digital ID over in Britain?
I have myself. Yes.
Okay. I figured you have. Any of our viewers, have y'all been following any of that?
If Michael was here, I'm sure that he probably has.
Because if you have not, you need to.
Yes.
You seriously need to. I'm going to do a video on my Facebook page because people don't realize this is a precursor to what will be coming to the United States.
Yeah, they're definitely preparing for stuff like that.
I truly
your social credit score, all that stuff is everything's tied together. So,
and what they have told the citizens of Britain is at first it wouldn't matter if they got it or not. It was going to be okay.
Yeah.
Now, and they were telling them that it was to help with immigration. Now, then, they are telling them that if they do not have this digital ID, they can't work.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of crazy stuff like you can't respond certain ways to, you can't criticize your leaders and stuff. They can arrest you for violation of a code they have about social media.
Mm-hmm.
The restrictions on movement sometimes, all that stuff's coming into play.
It will, yes. And even maybe not in our generation, but for our grandkids and our great grandkids, they will limit how much. Okay, well, you've already ate your 2 ounces of meat beef this week.
That's right.
Because it's happening in China now. You have already had your child for your one child. Y'all can't have another. Or you have already bought your limit of, which I don't drink alcohol, but you've already bought your limit of alcohol. Or you can't drink alcohol anymore. It's bad for your health. You can't smoke anymore. It's bad for your health. They will limit so many things.
The Bubbas around here would go crazy. Tell them how they
gosh.
can't drink.
Mm-hmm. So let me tell y'all something. The Second Amendment right, the right to bear arms, was not put into the Constitution for just our right to bear arms for hunting, for our safety, for anything like that. The Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, was put in there for our right is if we ever needed to stand up against the government.
Yeah. Yeah, for tyranny.
Yes, that's what people don't understand.
We
and that is imperative that if they ever say anything about taking our rights, our Second Amendment right away, we need to stand so heavily against that. They had in Britain, they don't have that right anymore because it was taken away from them. Australia don't have that right anymore, and it was taken away from them. If you ever talk to people from Australia and those countries that don't have that right anymore, they will tell you how bad they have it.
Well, there's a guy named Trevor London. I've been following him for years. He's from New Zealand. He actually travels the United States and he does talks. And he will tell you that America is the last hope for the world.
Mm-hmm.
That is gone everywhere else. And if America falls on this, there'll be no place you can go in the world and have freedom.
Yes.
It's over. And he's right. And it's not just the second, which that's a powerful, but the First Amendment, all the all the rights we have are so important. It's like, and there are things that have happened in America that are limiting, and this whole idea of hate speech is one of them. Because that's a federal thing, and you can throw a federal charge for hate speech.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it'd be really easy to throw a hate speech on top of a sermon and say you said horrible things about certain people groups or the way certain people believe, or you called this an abomination. Mm-hmm. Well, in their eyes, that would be hate speech, but it's just preaching the Bible.
Yes,
and that's one of the areas they will come. They will always take and attack those that have leadership abilities. Mm-hmm. People that are over the church, people that are business owners, whoever they are, they're going to come after the people that have influence and make the people kind of beat them down. Like arrest a few pastors and see, put a fear in the people that you'll be next.
Yes.
I mentioned it on the show before in Houston, Texas. And that's not been long ago, where the mayor was demanding that all the pastors in town send their sermons in for pre-approval by the mayor. And what she was looking for was that she wanted to make sure that the pastors were not preaching against homosexuality, that same-sex marriage or anything like that, because she herself was, same-sex marriage or whatever. And all the pastors in unison across all denominations, across all churches, across those that you might even consider a cult, but all of them stood together and said, "You're not getting the first one."
Good.
And we will fight you over this. We will not do it. You can arrest us. You can do, but we will not. We will not do it. And public pressure got hot, and she backed off of it, and said, "No, never mind." Well, they said, whether you want to say it or not, we're not doing it. We are not. I will never do that. I will never. I mean, you might as well have the SS member sitting on your pew like in Nazi Germany, making approvals.
Yes.
Now, there may be some out there that would do it because they're weak. I would never do it.
No.
You're not telling me what I can and what can't. That's our logo, and one of our offerings in the store is none your business. I mean, we are not going to put up with that. We are not going to, we're not going to let the lights go out on us like they did just Miss Elizabeth just now. We're going to keep the light shining.
Barry, you are very correct. I do honestly believe that also, Barry, that it is leading. I think the digital ID is leading to the mark of the beast. And yes, they are using immigration as an excuse. But they are, that they're using, that's just an excuse. Hey, Jake, how are you?
Yeah, Jake, I saw the picture, but I love you, man. I got to give you some pointers here. Let me say this. With Rob, you don't have much to work with, so it was okay. Like, it's all right. But you didn't do Miss Elizabeth's justice, man. Come on, do better.
Uh-oh.
Have you saw it? Well, you saw it. Rob put it up one day.
Oh, for the puppets?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he could have done better. So we're not going to let him get away with that. He's got to do better. With Rob, it was fine.
Yeah. But, they even had like 3 million people sign saying that they didn't want this digital ID, and the government didn't listen.
Well, no, that's what dictators do.
Yes. And so they, they even have they've arrested like 7,000 people and have currently got them in jail because of comments they've made on posts they've made. Yeah. And, that's wrong. Yes, that the digital ID is going to be linked to your checking account. That's where your currency is going to be. We need, as American citizens, we need to start getting back away from our debit cards. Get rid of those credit cards. Start going back to cash. Start going back to, we need to start becoming like it was with our grandparents. We need to start working in a community and getting to know the people in our community and saying, hey, these are things that I have an abundance in. Is there anything that y'all would be bartering? Is there anything y'all be willing to trade? Because if we don't start as a community and getting to know the people in our community and saying this, when something does happen, we're going to be scrambling.
Well, I think it's already kind of started because of the high cost. There's a lot of people can't afford living expenses right now, and they're making hard decisions. The president has just said because the tariffs, and I told people this, the tariffs with China are just now really kicking in. They've not really been kicked in before. So some goods and services are going to go sky high. The president's talking about giving money to the soybean farmers because China's a big customer of that, and China is not going to buy right now because of tariffs. They're going to other countries, and the soybean farmers say if they send their business there, the next crop will be coming in before long, and they'll just stay with the customers they have. One of them is Brazil, and there's 2 or 3 others, so they're concerned about it. But that's what happens when you play these high stakes games with tariffs and stuff. You have to be very careful. And I trust the president, but he may have jumped the gun on this one too hard.
here's the thing: is we need to be planting things. Our farmers need to be planting things that we can eat and doing things that we can be supporting our own United States with. Green
Yeah.
beans, corn, um, not just soybeans, because a lot of the people in the United States don't necessarily eat soybeans. Um, but because if we don't start taking care of the United States, then ain't nobody else going to take care of us.
I was shocked to learn of the state that produces the most soybeans. I wouldn't have got this.
What?
It's not in the South. The state that produces the most soybeans in America is not in the South. I thought it might be. It is actually the state of Illinois.
Oh, wow.
I did not know that. And in fact, I think the second and third states are not in the South. Although there's a lot of soybeans grown, that's not their main crop. So there's a
Hmm.
lot of soybeans grown. They kind of do crop rotation sometimes with soybeans as well.
Yeah.
Grow it and then grow something else and then come back to it, the next year, the year after, or something like that, to keep that soil really good. But anyway, there's a lot of stuff like that. Meat prices have went so high.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know how anybody can afford it.
Mm-mm.
It's very, very hard.
It is. I went and bought a chuck roast this past week, like Thursday. $25 for a piece of chuck roast.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. And, we need to be talking to our cattle farmers and saying, is there any way that, if can we buy a cow from you? We have local farmers here that you can buy a cow from,
Yeah.
when it's mature, and they'll take it to the slaughterhouse for you.
Yeah. You know what they've been fed too.
Yes, you do know what they've been fed, and you know that it's not been pumped full of hormones. You know it's not been pumped full of things that are going to be harmful to you and to your family. And
Amen.
you know, if I've talked to my sister and my brother, one of my sisters and brother-in-laws, and said, I got to talk to Sarah and Trent. Maybe if we want to get a beef cow,
Yeah.
I would do a fourth, they would do a fourth, see what Sarah and Trent want to do, and if somebody else wants to do whatever's left, because that's crazy. The beef
Yeah.
price is crazy.
It's horrible. It's horrible. And they're jumping they're not slowing down. They're continuing to rise.
Yes.
And this goes back to what was happening a couple, 3 years ago with some of the feed and stuff that they have for them is jumping as well.
Yes.
So it's a mess. It really is a mess. Of course, they want to drive the American farmer out of business anyway.
They do. And, right now is when we need to be supporting our American farmers and saying, no, only buy things that's been farmed and done here in the United States.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to these organic farms and stuff, where they're very particular and do things the right way. They don't spray poisons on the crops, and you can get eggs and all this stuff. And it's become very popular. And there's a group in, I know there's one in Oregon, but you can go out there and you can get this information. No matter how big your yard is, you can go out and find out how much you can grow there and raise. It doesn't matter if it's a postage stamp. You can still grow fruits and vegetables. You can still grow things in those raised gardens. You can still have a few chickens as long as the ordinance doesn't speak against it. Maybe something else. But you can maximize your space and grow stuff and get away from these bad foods that is being put in some stores. Maybe not all of them, but some of them. Some of this stuff comes from outside the country.
Yeah.
Some of these things are coming from Mexico, and by the time they get to you, they're not worth having.
Exactly.
So they put preservatives and stuff on them, and to keep them looking somewhat good till you get to you, but they don't look good. It just doesn't look good. Buy from your local homegrown folks who are buy from them. That's why I like to go to fruit stands and stuff like that. We have several up here, and we go there for a lot of stuff. You know.
Well, there is I don't remember the name of the book, but there is a book that is out, because I have a copy of it. It's how to feed. It may be how to feed a family on a fourth of an acre, or something like that.
You can do it. There's a lot of good common sense stuff out there, and if you'll pay attention. If you don't know how to do it, there's a lot of talks at your local hardware store that covers even stuff how to grow stuff. These are for free. You can just go out and sit and listen to people and ask questions. I see the signs all the time, and they're there to help you and give you pointers and stuff on how to do stuff. You know, the do-it-yourself crowd. You know,
yes,
and become more self-sufficient in what you do. Very. A lot of people cook things from home, like cake pastries and other things. I think it's the solution to fast food bartering. Yeah, I mean, we can do that. Everybody's got a skill too. You can do certain things and come together and trade out. You know.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I saw a video, and I've been sharing it with several ladies, because it's something I want to do. Say that you have 10 ladies that you know, 10 of your friends. I know how I canned an abundance of apple butter. Somebody else has green beans that they've canned. Somebody else has potatoes that they've canned, and they have an abundance of it. We have a get together at one of our houses, and we bring 9 of those jars, because there's 10 of us, and we walk away with one of everything that somebody else brought. And I think that's a great idea.
Jake's been playing since I challenged him, and he's. Thank you, Jake. That's cute. I'll have to send that on to you, Elizabeth. And,
yes, I love it.
Hello, Dean Potts.
How are you, Dean?
I'm gonna tell you how Dean's been. Dean's been picking on me.
Dean's been picking
Dean on... he's off the chain. He's off the chain.
Dean.
He's been picking on me, and he sent me some direct words during the race Sunday. Told me to get off the Bubba train.
Oh,
and but I noticed he didn't contact me about Saturday's Dean's prediction. I just don't know if Georgia's going to win. He'd had nothing to say about that. I kept telling him, Dean was. I said, Dean, Georgia's not going to have any trouble with Kentucky. Well, I just don't know.
If I'm not mistaken, I do believe the Gators won, didn't they?
They did. I was shocked. I was so happy to see that. The coach saved his job because I think he was about ready to get. He may still get fired, but he bought himself some time. That's a big win, and
that was a big win.
Sorry, Tennessee fan, because even though you don't have the guy, you're all Mannings. You root for Mannings, and you know you like the guy. But hello from Virginia, dog tag.
Dog tag from Virginia.
But the Arch Manning right now, he's not as good as everybody says he is. He didn't have a great game. Dog tag, did you get my email here about 3 weeks ago? I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if you ever responded to it, so just let me know.
So our thing tonight is best vacation. Rob is not feeling well. He won't be on tonight. But he's good. He just has had a lot going on today, and so he's taking a night to rest.
The crash.
Yeah, he's crashing.
which I'm so tired. I think I could crash, but I didn't go through a long day like him, but I think I could crash.
I'm gonna crash when I get off here tonight.
On
We can,
before we go to vacations, I was going to say on the morning show, I'm going to come back to it. I did Monday morning blues, and we had a lot of fun with that. Talk about all the things that happened to you on a Monday morning.
yeah.
He did get it, and he wore it on one of the shows, Dog Tag.
Oh, fantastic.
We did see the shirt. Sure did. That was very, very, very nice of you to do that. You're awesome. Yours for me is still behind me there. You can see the shirt still there. And I appreciate it. You're awesome, man. You are awesome. But yeah, send me an email, man. I guess I should send Mrs. E a shirt. Jake, Dog Tag has still got to get me that guy's information that he wants me to do a song for. You talking about Silverback? Was that Silverback? I don't remember who he said. Jake the Snake Hudson. But best vacations and why? Now, when I say this, at work, they ask you these silly questions like, if money was no object, where would you go in the world? I ain't talking about that. If you got a chance to go to Hawaii or wherever, and I'm saying it that way on purpose, then yeah, that's cool. But there's a lot of cool vacation spots that you can do for just a little bit of money. And why was it a great vacation? And so I will start us off tonight, if that's okay. When I was in the year 2000, 25 years ago, both my boys were both still at home, obviously kids. My oldest son was 14 years old, I believe it was at that time. And we had went out of town once. I had a bad habit of not taking vacations. I just worked all the time. I sold my vacations. I just take the money and I just worked. And we'd go do stuff like for a day, but we didn't really take a vacation. And I was just really going through a stressful time at work. It was really tough. And I was talking to a good friend of mine. He was a real blessing in my life. And he said, Dave, you shouldn't do that. You really need to take off and spend time with your family. And, that year I kind of got behind that plan because I was stressed out anyway at work. So me and my wife, we planned this Florida vacation we stayed in Tampa, but we went to Busch Gardens. We went to SeaWorld, and we went to, what's that other, it's on the tip of my tongue, that has the rides for the movies, Universal Studios. So we did those three things. We were going to go to the Bible thing down there. We ran out of time, but we did those three things. And we made a beach run over to DeSoto State Park Beach or something like that. Or just, anyway, it's across the bay there from Tampa. My family loved that vacation. And I remember that when we left, we all had a great time. When we left, my son cried. My oldest son cried. He said, I don't want to leave, Daddy. And for all of us, all of my family would say, and we've never went right back to that spot. We did vacations all the time. But my son will still bring that up. Said, boy, I'd like to go back to Florida sometime and visit those places again. And we're going to have to do something like that. But the reason we had a lot of fun. The weather was great. The reason it was great vacation, though, it was a great place to be, was because that we had a great time as a family, and that's more important than where you are. That can be a part of it, but the reason we had a great time was because we spent time together as a family, and we still tell stories, funny things that happened on that trip. In fact, I'll say one last thing. On the way home, on the other side of Atlanta, my alternator went out. And I'm thinking, there is no way I want my family to have to spend the night in Atlanta. And so I just prayed about it. My wife said, what are you going to do? I said, we're going home. And we conserved all the energy we could, and we made it all the way home. And I fixed the car the next morning. But we had a great time. Now, there's other ones I've had, but at the top of the list is that vacation to Florida. Amazing. What we got here? Let's see here. Barry says Ireland. Oh, I'd love to go to Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
The land of my
I
mama's
would
people.
too.
Australia. I would like there. What is Dean Potts doing in Vegas? Are you playing the roulette table, Dean?
I just don't think Vegas. I don't see the appeal of Vegas. I'm not a gambler. The Strip has no appeal to me. That's like New York has no appeal to me.
What is the ain't it 13 inches? What is that? The dresses, they're so short that some of the girls will wear, and it's like they just keep them stretched down. I don't need to go through there and see that, my family, but I have no desire to go to Vegas. I really don't. If Elvis was still alive, and I know some people says he is, but if Elvis was still alive and I had the opportunity to see him in Vegas, maybe. Viva Las Vegas, baby. Barry went with his sister to Vegas. Dog tag, did a 14-state road trip with my kids, was the best time. Wow. By gosh, that's a road trip. 14?
Wow.
I mean, I know you can cross over 3 if you get in the right spots, or 4 in a day, but still, 14? Amazing. Oh, I want to go there. I've been right up to Vicksburg, but I've never been to Gettysburg, Barry. I'm with you there. Yes, there are so many great places to see in the country. There are so many great places just to see in the state of Georgia. You could spend probably the rest of your life going to them. Dean says the best vacation was when he went out west. What do you want to guess here that Dean had on? A cowboy hat, some cowboy boots, and some of those toy pistols that had the little snap things in them, little smoke,
Yeah.
I'm thinking that Dean had that on as he was walking through one of them old West towns, and he was acting like he was Wyatt Earp, stepping out in the street.
He may have.
I'm calling it. I'm thinking he did it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we got you, man. Slot machine. Oh, he played the slots. He didn't do the roulette wheel. He did the slot machine.
That's hilarious.
He says let him give you a tour of Vegas and surrounding area. He's from out there. He was out there a long time. He knows the area.
Maybe if I had a good tour guide, it might change my mind.
No bicycles. No bicycles.
No. No.
So, Ms. Elizabeth, where have you been? What's been a really good one for you?
I've had a couple. One of my favorite vacations, of course, is the first time my husband and I took our daughter to the beach. We went to Tybee Island, and she just seeing her, experience the beach for the first time. And I love Tybee Island. There's nothing, I don't know. There's just something about Tybee Island. I love it. And then of course, probably as a single person, my favorite vacation was my cruise to Alaska.
Oh yeah.
My first one.
Awesome.
Just going and just having all those experiences and seeing the glaciers and then seeing that bear in the creek fishing, trying to catch those salmon and everything. That was a once in a lifetime thing that I'll probably never see again.
Yeah. Do y'all take a lot of pictures and video and stuff like that when you're out like that, or just
I
live
do.
in the moment? Yeah. Yeah.
I do a little bit of both. I'll take some pictures, but now like when that bear was down there, I took video and pictures. You better believe it.
What are the things you look for when you do a vacation, no matter where it's at? What is important to you?
Places that I want to see. I want to make sure that I get to see the places that I definitely wanted to visit.
Certain landmarks and
Hmm.
things. Yeah.
Yeah. But I also want to make sure that I see some of the small out of the way places also.
Yeah. I've got this because I'm an oddball. I'm an old soul. So like when I was a kid, I go in the library. I wouldn't read a new book. It had to be an old book. I just don't like. I didn't like new books. I wanted to read something that was very as old as I could find it. So a topic that interests me. So when I go on vacations, I look for the out of the way places that most people never see. When they like if somebody goes to I don't know Pigeon Forge or wherever, and they come back and there's all the tourist trappings and stuff, and they're fun. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm the guy that's running around the back roads looking for a garage sale or something, or
Yeah.
because and here's why. Well, one, you might find a treasure. I mean, you're not buying the Chinesium stuff, over in the tourist
Hmm.
area. You're actually getting a value, but it's the people. I like to talk to the people, not the fake people, not the ones that are paying. Welcome to Pigeon Forge, or welcome to Gatlinburg, or welcome to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
They're told to talk a certain way, the lingo, all that, trying to sell you stuff or whatever. I want to get out there and talk to the real people, the people that go, oh, the traffic down this road sucks. Go over here. Or you don't want to go buy that food, go over here. I'll tell you a place that's reasonable and great food. Or I
Hmm.
like to talk to locals, true locals,
Yeah.
true locals. And I this is crazy. I know you're gonna think it's crazy. I don't care. I visit graveyards because I like history. And we were out of town, and it was one of the holidays to honor veterans.
Hmm.
And we went to the store and bought flags and flowers and stuff. And we found we looked up cemeteries, and while we were running around visiting all these stores, we took time to find a cemetery that was way off the beaten path. I mean, down some back mountain trails and stuff. And we
Hmm.
found this cemetery that had a lot of veterans' graves, and we went up in there, and I let my granddaughters pick the grave of who we were going to honor. And
Hmm.
so we stood around that grave. We put all the stuff there, and we all saluted and prayed over the memory of that person and stuff and their family. And that's the stuff that stands out with me. You know,
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff. Let's see here. I missed a few here. He said he might get you a ride on a fire truck. I would like to go to Tombstone, Dean. Yes. Um, my dream trip.
Alaska
Uh,
amazing, and you better go soon because some of those glaciers are melting.
Barry says I've been to Tybee Island, South Island, and Epworth by the sea.
Uh,
Uh,
listen, dog tag. Um, when I when I was still teaching, we would take our kids to the fire department in downtown Chatsworth, and it was one of those fire departments that still had the pole you could slide down.
yeah,
Granted, it really wasn't in use by the firefighters anymore. They said that they would just some of the newbies would still use it every now and then, but mainly they would just run down the steps. And that was always one of my dream things is to slide down the pole as a kid. And I still remember that. I was
oh
looking at
yeah.
the fireman pole as a kid, and I asked him, I said, "Can I slide down that pole?" And they said, "Sure." I had to slide down the pole at the firehouse. I was so excited
Cool.
as a
How
teacher
cool is that?
that I got to do that.
I
And
love it.
so riding on the fire truck would be even better. That would be fantastic. Wait a minute, I saw my name. What was that? Elizabeth got on that bicycle and ran down those pedestrians. I didn't run down any pedestrians. No. Oh, look, if they would even let me slide down those, that would be fantastic. Ride on the fire truck and slide down the pole.
Hey, Dog Tag,
Look.
me and Miss Elizabeth got this idea for an AT show, and we're putting plans together. We'd love for you to be a part in some way. It's going to happen, brother. We got plans.
Yes.
But we could use your expertise and stuff and your contacts. But we are going to do a show about the Appalachian Trail and a regular show, and we want to check in with those hikers on the AT. We got a plan. We're gonna execute the plan. We just got to get it in motion. We're working on it, and it's going to happen. But here's my idea, Dog Tag. I live close enough that every few weeks or so, I once a month or once every 5 or 6 weeks, I could drive over to where they step off and get their number and all that. We're going to give them a little goodie bag or something, and we're going to try to get them to give them a QR code or not contact so they can check in. We'd love to have people checking in on the show from all up and down the AT on a continual basis. Some that have started, some that are at the end, in the middle, all around, and that will continue to cycle as we drive over. And that's what we want to do. And we want to give them some lotion or something, because you always need something.
I got in touch to a lady that sells it, and I've got to talk to her about meeting up to let her know our idea and see what kind of deal she can cut me.
I think so too, Dog Tag. I am so excited about this. I can't wait. We want to just inundate that trail with people that are carrying around information about the Southern Fried and checking in and passing it off and telling others and say, hey, everybody want to check in with these guys? So we're going to get them extra cards or whatever. I know they can't carry much. They carry a couple extra cards, and we'll put information on there that they can find us and give them something too, and have them check in with us. So we'd love for you to be a part, man, because you're like the guy that's done it. We ain't done it. I mean, you got
an oven.
He's got trail cred.
Yes.
I don't have any.
I don't either. I don't even have a name for it.
Yeah, we don't even have nicknames. We're going to have a nickname too if we're going to do this show. So, and by the way, that was Dog Tag's vacation. He went up the Appalachian Trail. He crossed several states.
Ooh, honey, I don't know if I'd call that a vacation.
2,200 miles.
That's not a vacation.
Oh, that would be awesome, dude. That would be awesome. Provide trail magic. Hey, I'm all in, brother. I am all in.
Look, it's somebody that would walk the trail and lose 60 pounds. That's not vacation. That's like a medical intervention or something, because he had to have surgery also.
Oh, I know, yeah.
That's medical intervention. That's how I feel about it.
Oh my gosh. We'll continue. I'm gonna take a quick break. Let's continue the vacations, and then we can also put in, have you had a bad vacation and why? It does happen from time to time. And or at least it wasn't up to the standards that you thought it should be. So those things happen. Let's take a quick break. And let me find my videos here. I think I passed them up, and I sure did. All right, let's go with a little bit of talk about those coffees. By the way, I just ordered. My wife got on me and said, "Got to get some of those cups." So she wanted the cups, and I wanted to try the Ethiopian. So we ordered both of those. Let me tell you about how quick this is amazing. Because they are brewing this stuff, every day just about. I don't know if they brew on Sundays, but they brew about every day. And your coffee ships out, or teas ships out fresh. So they tell you on the website that it could take as much as 5 days because they don't make it until your order is in. Like, orders come in from different places. and they're making this coffee, or getting it together. I ordered on Sunday afternoon. We ordered. That package shipped today. Now the cups were probably already packaged. They have to do those a little bit ahead, but it already shipped. I think it's going to be at my house by tomorrow, early Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
Amazing. It'll be in the studio. I'll show you. But I was doing a deep dive on some of it. We are really close to a lot of coffee leaving the shelves. I'm telling you, a lot of interest out there. And I'm working with a guy right now who's going to help us boost sales quite a bit. So we're looking forward to a lot of things. A little bit about the coffees. So stoked about the Hodge twins. Can't wait.
I know.
Rob said, "Do you think they'll let us on their show?" I said, "Rob, don't go there yet." Not yet, brother.
If we get on that show, I'm going. I'm going.
For those that didn't hear earlier, we're now an affiliate with the Hodge twins. Yes.
I'm going on the show if we get to go.
Awesome.
If I have to kick Rob off, I'll kick him off.
Well, you know what they said in Roadhouse? You kick them in the knee, they go down like a rock. So
yeah, I know.
Just take his knee out. He won't go anywhere.
I got a great big skillet. I knock him over the head.
I love it.
We'll
be right back.
Okay.
And we'll keep deep diving into vacations. Take care. You're crazy, Elizabeth. I love you. Crazy.
Hey, everybody. This is Rob and Dave from the Southern Fried Podcast. We love lots of things here in the South. We love our country. We love our family. We love our God. We love some sweet tea on the front porch on Friday nights. But we're really near and dear and love us some coffee. That being said, tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock on July the 14th, yes, we will have our coffee out there. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome, man. It's been a dream come true. We talked about this before we were ever a podcast, and we love these coffees. There's 40 plus blends. You'll find something that you like. And most people like coffee. If you don't, I can't help you, but most people like coffee, and there's a lot of coffee here. In fact, our morning show, we say get up, pray up, and coffee up, because we start our day with coffee, and now you can get some for you. Hey, we're very patriotic here. Get some for your veteran friends. You know what? Bless them. And the coffee mugs you see are representatives of logos that we've made. We've got more coming. We're going to put those on coffee mugs, and you'll see our SFP brand there, logo on each coffee. And these prices, Rob, we kept them as reasonable as we can. We cut that margin down because we know times are tough, and we want to help people and put coffee in their home and all of our listeners and followers home. And I'm proud of this. So big kickoff, Rob. Excited about
it. And hey, y'all, there's no shipping cost on this either. You do not have to pay for shipping. It's already, everything's done. You just go with it. So the price you see.
The QR code works. Just scan it, and and also off of our site, our coffee store, 2 or 3 of our social sites are also linked there, and you can find some of our. If you don't know where we're located, you can find us there, and come get some coffee. We got plenty. Oh yeah. And I was doing some research over the weekend, and I was researching for you, Elizabeth, and regarding the teas, we have 8 different blends of tea, and yes, they are what you were asking about. So I was double checking all that, and I've still got to get with the company. I think there's some blends that are not showing up. I've got to ask them about that, because there's 40 blends, and I think we got like 22 or something. So, but not every coffee can you do the single-use cups in, but quite a few you can. So, but anyway, we're excited about that. So that's always a good thing. Always a good thing. So we've been talking about what makes a good vacation that you've had. Where'd you go? Why? All that. So, what about? Have you had a bad vacation, and why was it bad?
Yes.
Where did you go for vacation, and why was it bad?
So.
Uh-oh. She got that look.
Okay, so here's the thing, and you're gonna laugh when I tell you this.
No, I
Because
promise I won't laugh.
no, you will. You will. I promise. You will. So it was at Tybee Island.
Now wait a minute. You just
and it the part at Tybee Island was great. I went with my daughter, my mother-in-law, and my aunt on my husband's side, and so my mother-in-law and my aunt, they wanted to go see this place about this that was in this book that they were reading, and Sarah and I didn't want to go, so I said, no, y'all go. We don't want to go. So we ended up being there all day on the
oh
island by ourselves. So, we weren't far from the beach. We walked down to the beach and spent some time down to the beach. And then we come back to the room. I rented a bicycle.
God
And
help.
I was younger. I was way younger then. I was still in my 20s. Okay? And it had one of those things that you could have on the back that your child could ride on the back. That was the actual bicycle thing on the back. But it didn't, the pedals were not real connected to the bike. It was just one of those things that just hook into the back of the bike. I was doing all the work. Me. Pulling her and that bike. So we rode that thing for like an hour around Tybee Island. So I was exhausted. And at that point, there really wasn't nowhere to eat on Tybee Island. So here we are, waiting for them to come back. And it was like hours and hours and hours and hours later. And we were starving because we didn't have anything to eat in the room. But anyway, what made it the worst vacation ever is when we were coming back, I was driving, and we got up through Atlanta, and the car broke down.
Uh-oh.
Transmission went out.
Oh, not good. Not good.
Yes. So we had to pull off at an exit and had to call my father-in-law to come and get us all. Call my father-in-law and my husband, and they both come down to get us all, and had to have the car towed back to
Oh,
Dalton.
yeah.
So, yeah, that was probably one of the worst vacations I've ever had.
Yeah, not fun. I haven't had it happen personally, but I know of people that went on vacation and got sick and stayed sick in the bathroom the whole trip.
Well, now, on my honeymoon, my husband was sick the first 3 days, and I was sick the last 3 days.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Not good.
Yeah.
And when you're sick, you don't feel like doing nothing. You don't want to go nowhere. You just want it to be over.
Yes.
Just go home. And you don't want to be around a bunch of people that are having a great time because you're not having a good time, And it just doesn't work.
Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sad thing is, we were on a cruise. We flew down to like Fort Lauderdale, caught our cruise, and yeah, he was sick. When we drove to Atlanta on the flight down, first 3 days of the cruise, and then I got sick on the last 2 or 3 days of the cruise and the flight back.
Wow.
Mhm.
Not good.
But I did win $500 on the slot machines.
Wow.
with $20. That's all I took.
All these people have been playing them for hours. They look at you and go, "Oh, she just had to come put her money in."
Yeah. Like, leave.
Somebody was thinking that was my money.
Yes.
Because somebody's
Yeah.
probably put $500 or more in there, and they think they're going to hit it any minute. And you come along while they
Yeah.
go get change or chips or whatever or tokens,
Yeah.
and you win. They're like, "That's my money."
I know. Yeah.
Or you go on a vacation and it storms really bad the whole time.
Yes.
Now, me myself, I don't mind, especially if I've gotten older. I don't mind hanging around a hotel room reading a good book. It doesn't bother me. I like to
That
rest.
don't bother me either. I love to read.
Kids are like, "We want to ride the go-karts, we want, so that's annoying. But to me, a good rain day wouldn't bother me on vacation. I would enjoy it.
Mm-mm.
We were up at a hotel, Pigeon Forge, several years ago. Over in front of their meeting hall, they have rocking chairs. And I went over there, the good book, and just sat in a rocking chair and was reading my book. My wife came over there and she rocked herself asleep. And I don't know, somebody in my family, I don't know if my sons or somebody came up and said, "Are we going to do anything?" I said, "We're doing it. It's happening right now." "Well, all we see you doing is rocking in a chair and reading a book." I said, "That's the plan."
Yeah.
So I looked,
That's perfect.
"Y'all go have fun." And he gives me a look. What? I gave the kids, I said, "Y'all go have fun." And so they went to ride go-karts, and I don't do that anymore. They went and played video games. They got something to eat. And we just sit there and enjoyed our time on the front porch, so to speak, in the rocking chair. It was one of the best vacation I've ever had.
Just leave me alone. You go do your
Or
thing.
you get a cabin, go up in the mountains. That's cool too.
Yeah.
But I don't like, I mean, there's some things I do that are touristy and it's okay, but I don't really care to be right in the middle of all the, an upscale flea market. I don't mind looking through them, but after a while, I'm looking to do something else.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like to get off the beaten path and do things a little different.
Yeah. I don't want to spend my money on the same stuff I could have bought.
Yeah.
Just with a different name.
When I traveled around the country, I would go to these little towns and I would look for restaurants that were local. They weren't a chain.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in Bowie, Texas, and there's the Bowie Steakhouse or something like that. And it's really filled up with cattlemen. That's what they have, cattle. It's an area that deals a lot with cattle, your beef. And so everybody's got the cowboy hat on, the boots. Some of the cars even have the little the horns on the car. Mm-hmm. And here I come in. I just left a church service. I come in a suit. Boy, did I stand out. And I was talking to the waitress, and they all had these hats that looked like the same color as Texas University. And I said, "Where'd you get that hat?" And the lady said, "Oh, the owner bought them for us to wear while we work." I said, "You reckon she would sell me one? That's different. I like it. I like it. I can't get that hat anywhere else." And she said, "Oh, no, let me go. I'll go ask." So she come back. The lady, I told her what I was doing. And the lady the owner gave me the hat. She just gave me the hat.
Yeah.
She said, "Tell him it's his." And that's cool. I was in Heavener, Oklahoma, and they have the Heavener feed store. And the pastor, he did a lot of stuff there because he's out in the woods and he's always doing something at the feed store. It's kind of a collection point in the little town. And he gave me a Heavener, somewhere I've got it put up, the Heavener feed store in Heavener, Oklahoma. So I collect stuff like that. Most of the time, very inexpensive or free, which is great.
Yeah.
And I keep that stuff for mementos, Now, I will say I'm a sucker for coffee cups. I have to watch my buying of coffee cups because I will buy them. But so if it's something unique, I really want to buy it. But that's what I like when I go. When somebody says they go on vacation and you buy me anything, you never know what people want. I try to stay away from the touristy stuff, but also be a something local. It's hard sometimes to find exactly what you want because every store you go in is the same stuff.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, you'll find something unique, and it really is unique. You can't buy it just anywhere. They have it, and that's what I look for.
That's why when I go to Alaska, I always go. I don't stop on the front street. Sometimes I don't even stop on the second street. I go to the third and fourth street because that's where the local artisans are a lot of the time. And this last time I went, I found me a beautiful, beautiful handcrafted necklace, and I love it. It's beautiful. It's like my favorite. It's my favorite flag. It's tulips, and something I've never seen before. It's made by somebody there in Alaska, handmade. And, it's something that I won't ever find here in the United States or in the lower 48 is what they call us. And, I was like, this is something I want. And I bought it.
Yeah. If Barry was talking about going to Ireland, if I went to Ireland, I'd love to go to Ireland, but I would go, and I don't drink, but I would go down to the local pub, and I would talk them into selling me one of their steins or something. I'd rather have one that was like been used in an actual side place like that for 50, 60 years than something you buy off the shelf. That's what I like to do. I like to go in and barter with them and see if I can't talk them out of one. I'll give them money for it. I just want to take something back that's unique. It's not one of 500 sitting on the shelf. I want something unique like that. Something that has some character to it.
Yeah, that's why when I go somewhere, if I bring gifts back, I try to always bring like a Christmas ornament. I don't bring T-shirts. I don't bring things like that back because to me, a Christmas ornament is something that you're going to be able to keep for years to come because you're usually always going to put out a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And,
I've done that too.
And I buy myself Christmas ornaments when I go places because to me that's just easier than buying myself clothes.
Hey, I would cherish it for life, my friend.
Oh.
And here's the thing about when I say that, and there's a number of cups in this studio. I have some at work. I have some in the house. I drink out of them. They don't sit on a shelf. I mean, they will. I'll have a display, but I switch out and drink out of different mugs. I drink out of the mugs. Unless it's just something somebody gave me and it doesn't really. Some cups, they're not good to drink coffee out of. They're just not. Those I just use as a knickknack or something like that up on a shelf. But, when you go, he says, by the way, his Dodgers are up 2-0 in the baseball playoffs, baby. I didn't know he's a Dodgers fan. The things you learn. Dog Tag is a Dodgers fan. Go figure. But yeah, when you go out and somebody says, bring me something.
I know.
It's hard to figure it because you don't know what they want. But every time we go to Pigeon Forge, there's a thrift store we go to. And every time we would go, we would find clothes reasonable for like the kids. They were nice clothes, nice stuff. And we would buy up stuff like that and come back, with a haul. I took my family to Oklahoma City once. I was doing some ministry out there, but we made it a vacation as well. By the way, that's right up there with Florida. And I'm going to tell you why. Not for the same reasons though. I spoke in 2 or 3 churches while I was out there, but the rest of the trip was all vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to the Oklahoma City, historic site for the bombing.
Yes.
And we went during the daytime and we went at nighttime because they light up the chairs at night. And we had a great time in Oklahoma City. But let me tell you, my sisters, they're shopaholics and they love thrift stores. One day on a Saturday, we went to Oklahoma City and we found 11 thrift shops right there in Oklahoma City within just a few blocks of each other. And every thrift shop we went to was having like buy one, get one free, pack a bag full for $2 or something. We came back with so many clothes, I didn't think I was going to be able to close the car up because they bought like garbage bag full of stuff.
Oh,
like,
wow.
The vehicle's only so big, girls. I mean, what am I going to do? We got it back. We had that car packed out, crammed with everything. I told them, I said, if you'd have stayed another day, I'd have had to rent a U-Haul.
That's hilarious.
But they do a great job in finding clothes for people that need help.
Yes.
And they just buy it up and give it to them. Kids, nieces, nephews, people they know. And it helps them. It helps people, So they're thinking about them, not really themselves even, just other people. And that's kind of cool. Dog Test, he grew up out west, out there in the western regions.
Well, my dad's from Oklahoma, and we would go out there every year on vacation to see my grandparents.
Which part?
And he was from, so he was from Kenna, Oklahoma, Kinta, Kenna, however you pronounce it. I don't know. We always call it Kenna. And also, parts of it we would visit was called Stigler, Oklahoma. But as he got older, his mother lived close to Oklahoma City. And so we were out there one time, and it was not long after the bombing.
Oh, wow.
And so when we were out there, we left her house like a day or two early, and we went to Oklahoma City, and we saw it was still all, the gate, not the gates, but the fencing was up and everything. The building had been torn down at that point. But you could still see the damage to all the other surrounding buildings. Have
you ever been through the museum and stuff?
I've never been back out there. I would love to go.
I've been there. I've been to Oklahoma City 2 or 3 times. I know twice, maybe a third time. Mm-hmm. When you go to the museum, which is across the street, it's actually the first thing you do is you go in a room where the water board was meeting that captured the audio of the explosion. So you're listening to this water board, and it's made up like a boardroom, and you hear that meeting going on, and then you hear that explosion. It's really hard to describe. I've never heard anything like it. Wow. And then they take you around the corner, and you see they've actually kept some of the damage, and they just put fencing around it. And so you actually feel like you're kind of walking into the bomb zone. Wow. But it was very moving to see that we went out there and we saw the chairs, and we went up on top where the daycare was. One of the most moving things when you're on top of the daycare is that, or was that, all them kids got killed. That's why anybody wants to say that Timothy McVeigh was a patriot. No, he wasn't. He's a killer, a cold-blooded killer, and he killed kids. I don't want to hear about government or nothing. He killed kids, and he knew that daycare was there. He knew that. He had scoped that place out. They wanted to shock America, and they did, and he deserved to die. He did. But so that's my take on that. But we went back at night because they said you should come back at night and see. And it's one of those things when you go at night and the lights are on, it's very quiet. You really almost don't want to talk. Everybody talks in whispers. It even it's almost, it has the feeling of a cemetery. And those chairs, and the kids' chairs are small, like a kid's chair, and you just can't help but cry. It's so moving. But and I may have said this before, but when we went, at that time there was a homeless shelter across the street, and they dump them out there from all over the state sometimes. But the Oklahoma City Memorial has 24-hour security, high tech. So you're protected, but you don't always see them. But I'm going to tell you, they would have had to respond very quickly. We went, I had 3 ladies with me, and this guy was acting crazy in an old army jacket. Long story short, he tried to come up in the bathroom area while I was guarding the bathroom for them. And I don't care if he's going to the men's room or not, because he circled back around. He was acting really strange. And when he turned like he was going to come up in there, I took a posture and I raised my fist and I said, "Don't even think about it." I said, "I will lay you out where you are." Mm-hmm. And he went on, and I meant it. And when I got the ladies, we went on and got out of there. And the guy come down, the security, they're federal officers. Mm-hmm. But they come down and he said, he's armed to the teeth. He said, "We had cameras and everything. We saw this guy come there." I said, "Yeah, but you don't have a camera in the bathroom." And this guy was headed towards the bathroom. He said, "Trust me, we'd have been there." But I want to tell you, I didn't feel good about it. But he promised me that we would not get hurt there. They said they know the guy's weird but kind of harmless. I said, "Yeah, but I didn't know that."
Yeah.
And I said it. And we didn't get back till almost midnight. So here it is, midnight. And we're out there, and it's a cold night, very cool. And anyway, there's no walls around it. There's no gates around it. It's just that they have a lot of security there. Cameras, sensors, armed guards. Yeah. They have a command post that you can't see. So it was very interesting. And I'm glad I went, even though it's hard. It's hard. Oklahoma City is a very beautiful city. And one of the things that they have in Oklahoma City is, yes, the Cowboy Hall of Fame. And I didn't get to go. I didn't have time.
Oh, man.
I have got to go back and go to the Cowboy Hall of Fame. For a guy who's liked all these old Westerns for all these years, I got to go. Of course, Tinker Air Force Base is there. Dog Tag says the funny thing is that I don't drink. What? Don't know why I bought it. I guess I do now. Dave, this is the multi-state yard sale that goes through on Route 127. Okay. Yeah, well, we get the 27. I guess that's the same thing. And you can shop to your heart's content.
Well, they just had the 411 yard sale this last weekend.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. It was all up and down 411. As far as 411 goes, it's all up and down 411.
Where's 411 at? Like, I just can't think right now. Like, what area?
Well, I mean, it goes.
Where's it at? Like near you? Where's it join in at?
It goes like in Chatsworth.
I've seen the signs. Down. I know I've been on it, but I didn't know how far it went or like where it goes.
Oh, it goes down underneath I-75, down through. I think it even goes down into Rome.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
But, I mean, it even goes up, past. I think even past Cleveland and all of that.
I have not Dog Tag. I'm hoping to be in the future be the general over the area. I'm hoping President Trump will appoint me as commander over all forces in the DC area and let me clean that place up. No, it's a great place to tour. And of all the things that are there, I'll be honest with you, no disrespect intended to anything. I'm sure there are things I can't even think about that are there. I mean, the Washington Monument, all that, that's not really high on my list. I want to see the Vietnam Memorial. That's what I want to see. that's a very moving place. I'd love to go there. But there's museums. The national there's a Holocaust museum there, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I would like to go there for that and see some of those things.
So I have to ask you, Dave, did you see? Oh, wait a minute. The speech that was given to all the highfalutin military personnel.
Yeah, he told them they were fat. You bunch of fat freaks, lose weight or get out.
It was fabulous. They're going
You
to have to start.
You boys been eating too much. You're going to have to push away from the table. You can't do push-ups. You can't march. You're fat.
Some of them's going to have to do PT every day. And
I want to see you guys out there working out with your guys, running up down the road.
And that they was going to have to take they was going to have to pass 2 physicals every year.
Well, I would make those public, like with the generals, because they're leaders. That should be a public weigh-in, just like they do for boxing. Okay, General Fox, come on up. Let's see. When we first checked you, you weighed 390 pounds. Okay, you have got to be within. You got to be under 250. We'll put it 250. He steps up. There should be some sort of like a trap door. If he's at 251, he just boom, he's gone. Slides out to the street, and he skivvies and everything else with a little paper that flies down and says fired.
But it is embarrassing as leaders of our armed forces. I mean, I agree with the man.
Yeah.
I don't know who he was that was up there talking.
Well, I have talked, and I'm a guy that needs to lose weight, but I had talked
I'm a woman that needs to lose weight.
But I'm not a commander in the military.
Well,
but
I'm not in the military at all, so.
I know Marines get really mad when sometimes people that's been in the Marines are on TV and they're, I don't know, news people or whatever, and they always throw that around that I'm a Marine, once Marine, always Marine, but they look like they stop by the donut shop 3 times a day, 7 days a week. And I've talked to Marines and they would go, "That's disgusting, man. That dude is a disgrace to the uniform. You do not let yourself go like that as a Marine."
Yeah.
And they get kicked off about it. I've heard it multiple times.
Well, and then the facial hair, the comments about the facial hair, that was fabulous. If you want facial hair, go to the Special Forces.
I love it. I love it. We went from skirts on men to men being told to be man, act right.
And that's what they need.
Get in shape, quit all this loose living or whatever you're doing, and get yourself together.
Amen. But listen, I was watching. I want to tell you this. I was watching a video about PE and physical education back in, I would say, probably the 50s and 60s, and even home ec. Do you know that it was not for physical education? Because it was mainly for the boys, and home ec was for the girls. It was for getting those boys ready for military service.
Okay.
And home ec was to teach the women, the girls, how to keep house, how to cook, and how to be wives.
Yeah.
There wasn't nothing wrong with that. Nothing, in my opinion.
It's really sad. I mean, go to a parade. Go to a parade and look at the high school cheerleaders, cheer team. We got a problem in America.
Mm-hmm.
They're way too heavy. And I'm not shaming nobody because I ain't mentioned nobody's name.
Mm-hmm.
But they're way out of shape. They're carrying too much weight. You can see them huffing down the street. Some of them can hardly keep up And that's just marching. Forget all the twirls or whatever they're doing. I think some of them they have to pull out of the line because they look like they're about to have a heart attack. We got a problem in America. And this is high schoolers. High schoolers. They're so heavy they can't handle marching down the street in a parade.
Yeah.
That's sad. And we got to fix it. We got to fix it.
And, you know, they need to really reinforce. I mean, you know, when I was in high school, we had to change every day. We had to get out. We had to do track. We had to do. We had stuff inside. We had to do. I mean, I was even one semester. I was even in weightlifting. Where is all that anymore?
Yeah, we did the same thing. Run the 600s. We always ran laps. We played sports. We lifted weights. Mm-hmm. We did competitions. Like climbing. Oh, how about this? Climbing the rope and touching the rafter and coming back down with no.
Oh, I hated that. I hated it. Because I'm afraid of heights.
Me too.
I'm afraid of heights, and I hated that.
A lot of kids today wouldn't be able to climb the rope. They wouldn't do it.
They can't even run 10 yards.
Yeah, they can't. They're physically. They're so out of shape. It's scary to watch.
Pansies.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just a shame. It really is, and it's not getting any better.
Because when they come home, they sit on the couch, or they sit in front of the computer, or they sit in front of the TV, playing video games and playing games on the computer, or they sit and play games on the tablet. I'm telling you, the Wi-Fi and these games, these game consoles, worst things invented.
Maybe we need to come up with the Southern Fried Podcast game. We could figure out what kind of game it's going to be. We could name all the characters. You know,
that'd be fabulous.
We could come up with a video game.
We could have Mama.
Yeah, Mama would definitely be one of them. The cornbread.
We could have clickbait.
Yeah.
We could have dog tag. That would be a character.
Absolutely.
We could have
Oh, and they could go. That's it. They would go on missions up the Appalachian Trail. It would all be about missions up the Appalachian Trail.
Oh, that'd be great.
That would be cool.
We could have Barry. Barry could be a character. Jen could be a character. I mean, Jake could be a character. I mean, Dean. All of our people could be characters.
Jake could probably build it for us.
Jake, are you still on here, my friend?
We need a game
Jake.
called the Southern Fried Appalachian Trail or something game, First person,
First person interactive game.
Yeah. You have different characters that come out at you, beast and human, on the Appalachian Trail. You find treasure. You have to match things up. Every state has its own unique, things. You have to visit certain places within a city, while you're going up the trail.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool.
We're not gonna have Naked Day though.
Oh, that's right. I could just see some kid playing a game and the parent goes, What are you doing? Oh, it's okay, Mom. It's Naked Day on the Appalachian Trail. But why did you have to get naked? Well, I wanted to join in the fun,
It could be a history. It could be they could have to go and learn about certain places, and it could be a history lesson.
It could. Dog tag. There's no pull-ups going on. The only pull-ups is the kind they pull over their butt. There's no pull-ups going on. There is no pull-up.
And see, that would be history and reading.
Yeah.
Man, that's two.
And you read a little bit, a little bit. There'd be different things you do, and it gives you little snippets of history about the country and about the trail and about patriotism and citizenship and nature. Teach them about the various trees, plants, flora, all that stuff.
That's science.
And science. You could have.
Now we got to get some math in.
You get injured, and you have to have, get health to get healthy.
Aid.
So, first aid. That'd be Dog Tag's job. He would be running trail magic and first aid runs in the game. That's what he would be. It'd be like his avatar would be like have a cross on it, for medical services and stuff. And he would be going along and pulling people out of where they fell and all that stuff and rendering aid. I liked him, Jake. You did a good job. Thank you, bud. Thanks for playing along.
Been hearing us talking?
Yeah.
We have got the best idea, Jake, and we need your help. You know how to create games, Jake, like interactive games?
I wouldn't doubt that he does. He sits around and thinks up stuff all the time.
I know, Jake.
I can learn how to. That's the attitude we need in America right there. I can learn how to.
Mm-hmm.
We want the Southern Fried Podcast Appalachian Trail game. We got it all. We got it all figured out, man. Well, Jake, we're fixing to leave, bud. And Miss Elizabeth's tired.
Look, I've been yawning since 9:30.
She is ready to crash. So we're probably fixing to hit the music and get out of here, to be honest.
Look, I wrecked my car.
Oh,
Sunday.
I know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's my fault. I ran into a tree.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah. It's my fault. I was looking at my phone and ran into a tree.
Uh-oh.
Up here on the farm. Up here on the farm.
Well, at least you wasn't out in the public.
I know.
Yes, I did, Jake. That was awesome. But, well, we're glad you're okay. Yeah, serious business. Pray for Elizabeth's family. Tragedy. That's just the kind of thing you don't get over. You just have to go on and do the best you can. So pray for everybody connected.
They're really worried about my nephew. I mean, as far as like suicide goes.
Not good.
Because he is so. Because his little girl, he was going fishing that night, and she was like, "Go with you, Daddy. Go with you, Daddy."
Oh.
And he said, "No, stay here with Mama. Stay with Mama tonight."
Wow.
And he's beating himself up.
That's hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's extremely hard. Yeah. So prayers for you, family. Prayers for Jared Barrett. Prayers for Rob. Prayers for my wife, my son. Dog Tag. I wonder if Dog Tag got his honeydew list caught up.
Oh.
Now, he had a tree he had to cut up that had fell down.
He did. I think it was a pecan tree.
A pecan tree. And I want to know, Dog Tag, did you get that tree cut up? I'm thinking he had paid somebody to do it, and he took credit for it. He sent his wife off one day. He had somebody coming. He timed it out. She went shopping. They come in. Bob's Tree Service cut that baby up and got out of there. He come back. He's sitting on the front porch, sipping on the iced tea or something. He said, "Hey, tree's gone." She's like, "Oh, thanks, baby." And he's like, "That's your man."
I know.
It only It only cost him $700 to do it, you know.
I know. Woo, honey.
Oh, yes, Dog Tag, he is. He really is. Jake is
Jake is
amazing.
incredible. I love Jake.
It's about time for me and him to do our wrestling show again. I've just been busy trying to pass this. I'm trying to get this insurance thing passed, man. That's the only thing that's held me up a little bit. I'm still studying, and test date is coming, and I got to get it down, man. I'm working on it. So,
You're gonna do fine.
well, I hope
You
so.
can pass it.
That's a lot of money to lose if I don't.
Look, when I was passing my teaching degree, you know what I prayed? I had to have a 320 to pass. I just said, "Dear Lord, let me have a 320," and I had a 320. That's
Amen.
all I needed. That's all I wanted. That 320.
Dog Tag, yes, you need to respond about this honeydew list before we go. That's the last thing for tonight. I just
Yeah.
want to know if you got your honeydew list called up, which that's probably a no, because they're never really called up.
Did you
And
get
did
the
that tree
pecan
get
tree
moved?
cut up?
Yeah. That's all we want
Or
to know.
did you hire somebody to do it?
Or is that tree still laying there?
Yes.
Clock is ticking. Tick, tick, tick. We want to know, Dog Tag. Inquiring minds want to know. Da 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 da.
Do the Jeopardy thing.
He's awful slow on the answer tonight. I'm thinking this is not a good answer.
It may not be.
He's really slow on the draw on this one. Well, if you don't have an answer, we're going to go out in about a minute. We're going to start the music so Elizabeth can leave the barn and he's taking the high road. Prayers for you all. Thank you, Dog Tag. Thank you. Thanks for playing along. Tree's still on the ground, baby. I know it is.
I think it is too.
We got in his backyard on this one. We got to leave, and literally in his backyard on this one. We got in his business. Don't get in his business. We're all serious about the AT show, though, Dog Tag. That's not joking.
Mm-hmm.
That's legit.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Come on, and I'm still working on it.
He's honest. Thank you, Dog Tag.
That's good. Hey, sometimes it takes a while to get all that cut up and moved.
Does that mean you started, or is that a Southern thing? I'm working on it. We love you, man. You're awesome.
And I'm serious about this game. We need to talk to Jake about this.
We need it. We need that game. I'm telling you, it'll be a hit.
I think that'd be amazing.
Oh, we challenge Jake. He'll do it. I'm telling you.
I can start pulling up facts about each state. I can start pulling them up.
All right, Miss Elizabeth, we're gonna get out of here. I got a little bit of studio work left to do and help my wife get into bed, and you got to go to bed, and I got to go to bed.
I'm tired.
Everybody's got to go to bed. We'll see you in the morning for Cornbread Man Morning Show tomorrow night. Southern Claws and Paws at 8 p.m. Me and Miss Jenna for the pet show. Come on by. We'll pull you up on the screen if you want to talk about pets or whatever. And this show's going to grow. A lot of people love their pets, and it's highly interesting. And everybody have a great night. Pray for America. Pray for us. We appreciate it. And tomorrow I will push out the Hodge Twins links. I know you like the Hodge Twins. Go there, buy something, use our link, and you'll be helping the Southern Fried. So if you don't like coffee, we got you covered right now. Their merch is top notch. Absolutely. I was walking through my plant with the 1776 hat on, and a guy was working there. He looked at me, he looked at that hat, and he said, "The Hodge Twins, right?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "I knew it." That's how much that they know about that.
Yeah.
Listen, Dog Tag. He's saving it for winter firewood, so
I don't blame you.
Yeah, well, I don't either, but I think that's his excuse why it's not all cut up yet. Not caught up.
Honey, it'll take you a long time to get caught up on that honeydew.
We're just playing with you, man. But you're honest. You are an honest man, and we know that. Good night, everybody. Let's get out of here. We'll talk ourselves. Me and you'll fall asleep on the screen. And Rob will be back probably Wednesday morning, if I had to guess. If there's any change to that, we'll update you then. Y'all keep praying for him. He just had some doctor visits, and he don't do anything on Tuesday usually, except I don't do anything. So it's an off day for him, and hopefully be back for morning show, noontime, and Hump Day Views and Southern Fried Vent on Wednesday. Take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye, y'all.
Pull up a chair, join the Mama Said crew, we're glad you're there. With Robert, cornbread, and Mama Sweet Grace, we're Georgia proud. Put a smile on your face.